You're now watching The Curl Papi.
What's up YouTube? ¿Qué lo que? My name is Christian Ramos and I'm the one, the only, the Curl Papi. And today I have a different type of video for you guys that I've never done on my channel, and it's going to be a reaction video. More specifically, we're going to be reacting to Jonathan Van Ness. For those who don't know who Jonathan is, he is a celebrity hairstylist. He's been in the game for a while. He was on, I don't know if they're still doing the show, but he was on Queer Eye. He has a hair care line, and Jonathan is a white man. A white man. Not to say that there's anything with being a white man, but I'm a firm believer, and this is just me, baby, that you, if you don't know, what am I trying to say? Let me just say it. If you don't have textured hair or curly hair or type 4 hair, you shouldn't be giving advice on type 4 hair, because you don't really know the experience. Me, myself, when I make videos, I let y'all know from the get-go, this is for my hair. If you find it entertaining, thank you, God bless you, I love you. And but I'm never gonna be like, oh, I know what it is to have straight hair, so this is what you have to use for straight hair. No, because I can't relate, sis. Anyway, my name is Christian. I create curly hair content. If you like curly hair content, please press subscribe before we start this video. For those who are returning subscribers and viewers, year was good. Alrighty, now that we got that out the way, let's get right into it. So this is gonna feel a little weird because I'm gonna be looking down on my screen. I'm watching the video on my iPad. I'm gonna be screen recording, so I will insert him right here somewhere, or me in a little bubble. We don't know yet. We'll find out in editing. But we are going to be screen recording his video so that you guys can watch my reaction to it. All right, let's go. Boom, let's get started.
Do not, I repeat, do not keep your extensions in for too long.
Okay. All
Hi
right.
everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I am Jonathan Van Ness. I'm a host, I'm an author, I'm a podcaster. If you haven't been here before, I'm also a hairdresser. Been a hairdresser for like 15 years. Maybe saw me in...
Okay, so 15 years. He's been in the game for 15 years. He should know something about hair, right? If he's been in the game for 15 years. But we all know that that does not necessarily mean because you know how to do hair, that you know how to do hair. Because we all know that one stylist that has a license and they be fucking your shit up. But anyway, just from looking at the beginning of the video, I can see that Jonathan's hair is wavy. I don't know if he considers himself to have curly hair. I do know that I've seen pictures of him with his hair blown out, so I know that he does apply heat to his hair. Maybe at one point it was curlier, and now with heat damage or whatever, I don't know. But from what I can see, Jonathan does not have what I would consider curly hair. It's wavy.
Maybe saw me on Getting Curious with Jonathan Van Ness on Netflix, but I'm so happy you're here, and today we're going to talk about how to bring out the best, the most in your natural texture. Whether you are from a 1A to a 4C, here are 7 ways you can make sure to
from 1A to 4C, baby. Let's go.
Here's one thing that's really important. No matter what type of hair you have to have a wide tooth comb or a wet brush in your shower to distribute conditioner throughout the hair. If you just get in the shower and you wash and condition your hair and you just like use your fingers to kind of put it all over, you're not gonna get the conditioner on every single strand of hair. The way to...
Hold up. Jonathan, baby. I'm gonna have to disagree with you. Yes, I personally have detangling brushes and wet brushes and all that good stuff to use in the shower, but to say that you cannot distribute all of the conditioner throughout all of your hair with your fingers, listen, if you've ever watched my video on my hair care routine from start to finish, y'all will know that I start off with conditioner before I even get to the shampoo, and literally I am finger detangling my hair to prevent as much breakage and to avoid damaging my hair further with the brush by just going straight in with conditioner. I like to grab a hair by the portion and start finger detangling. That is me. And again, my hair obviously more coily than Jonathan's. So maybe that works for him. But to say that you can't distribute all the product in your hair just with your fingers, maybe you're not using enough conditioner, babe. But let's continue.
Sure, distributing conditioner all throughout the hair, thus ensuring that you're going to get all the benefits of all those great ingredients in your conditioner, fingers crossed, but not fingers crossed if you're using JVN, because those ingredients are gorgeous.
Okay, we love a good plug. You should be plugging yourself.
And you're going to distribute, or you're just going to move that conditioner all around by making sure that there's no tangles in the shower. You're going to make your styling less.
Okay, he's saying that you using a brush is going to prevent tangling. My hair tangles like a motherfucker, okay? Like, my shit be tangled. And that's why I finger detangle first in the shower, because I know if I go straight in with a brush, I'm gonna be breaking this shit. And look, if y'all noticed, I recently did a big chop because she wasn't doing it for me. She wasn't giving what it was supposed to. And a lot of that had to do with me, number one, not really focusing on my hair as much as I was in the past. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like going straight in with a brush, you're doing more damage. But who am I? I don't know nothing. I don't have a license in cosmetology.
Tangly, less laborious, and less of a nightmare when you get out of the shower. So you always want to make sure you're distributing the conditioner throughout your hair in the shower with a wide tooth comb or a wet brush.
Okay, the next one is don't overwash.
Another thing,
totally agree, but I don't know what he's gonna say.
Anyone's texture is overwashing. You want to aim to wash your hair about 2 to 4 times a week, unless you are someone who is like a healthcare worker. Maybe you're at a gym. If you're like laying your head on
okay, personally, for me and my hair, my curls, I wash my hair once a week. If I wash it twice a week, that's maybe that I couldn't just do it anymore because it was itchy and funky and it was broke, busted, couldn't be trusted, okay? So that is the only time that I will wash my hair more than once a week. Now, for people who have looser textures, type 1, you know their hair gets a little greasier than ours, you know? So they need to wash their hair a little more. But me, I wash my hair once a week. Let's continue.
It's like physically like yucky, or like when I go to gymnastics, if I like tumble into that like pit with all the foam blocks and all those other people have like jumped in the foam blocks and all those feet and stuff, I'm washing my hair. If you haven't really left your house or haven't really gone anywhere, it's okay. And actually, sweat for your hair is really good. Just blow dry the sweat into your hair. Your hair actually loves it. Plus, the sebum that your sebaceous oil glands makes in your scalp, your hair loves that sebum. It's like a Mother Nature's conditioner. So 2 to 4 times a week, 2 to 3 times a week, that's good. If you have to wash more, make sure you're using a quality.
Okay, when he mentioned the sweat and the sebum, right? I go to the gym Monday through Friday. That's why y'all haven't seen me be recording that much, but I'm going to be recording all the time now. But anyway, I go to the gym Monday through Friday. Your boy lost 80 pounds so far. Hey. But anyway, and my hair will literally be in a bun, gelled back most of the week. I'll probably have my hair curly twice out of the week, and then it lives in a bun, in a ponytail, slicked back with gel, right? For me, having the mixture of sweat and the buildup of gel and gel and gel that I'm refreshing every day, you know, that buildup ain't cute. And it get itchy. So I don't know if your hair really likes sebum. I don't know. Listen, I'm not a scientist. I do not know. But I know for me, by the end of the week where it's like day 7 that I gotta wash my hair, my shit is itchy. Itchy.
The shampoo and conditioner. If you're using something that's laden full of sulfates or laden full of silicones, which is really like where so much unhappy hair texture comes from. It comes from using...
Okay. Are we still going to have this silicone debate? Because so many people, for the longest time, were like, silicone is bad, silicone is bad, silicone is bad. And y'all been using silicone for years in your hair prior to this movement of silicone was bad. And now silicone is up in the rising again when it comes to having silicone in your products. Now everybody forgot that silicone was bad, silicone was bad. Me personally, I try to use a lot of clean products with clean ingredients. So 99% of the products that I have back here do not have silicone at all. But I'm also not gonna say that silicone has damaged my hair, because y'all know that Pattern is one of my favorite brands, and they are heavy on the silicone. If you are washing your hair properly with a clarifying shampoo, there is no way that you are gonna have silicone left in your hair. And if you're washing your hair anywhere from 2 to 4 times a week, like Jonathan says, it doesn't matter if you're using silicone, because you're gonna get it out of your hair on your next wash day. I digress.
Really sulfates, and then a lot of silicones. The sulfates dry your hair out, then the silicones kind of coat that to make it feel smooth and soft, but it actually doesn't last long, and it ends up getting frizzy, and your ends look not happy and everything.
As someone who 99% of the products that they have here, I have from low end to high end. And, you know, frizz is gonna happen regardless, babe. Frizz is just that your hair is thirsty and it needs to be hydrated. That does not mean that that comes from using silicone products. It just means that your hair is, you know, it's a little quench. It needs you to quench the thirst. But yeah, you're gonna get frizz regardless. Like, literally, you're gonna get frizz regardless. Embrace the frizz. Why are people so afraid about frizz? Frizz actually gives you volume, babe. Embrace it.
Silk pillowcases, so important. And sleeping with your hair up, because of the way that the hair grows. This is a newborn baby, and then it's a kid, and then it's a teenager, and then it's an adult, and then this is geriatric. This is me sleeping every night.
I will say, Jonathan has pretty hair. It's cute. It's giving. It's giving. You saw that hair flip he just did? It's giving.
With my hair down. There's a pillow, there's my body, and you're just like, you're literally just rubbing your hair all between your shoulders and the pillowcase for 8 hours a night on your 98.6 degree.
Babe, I do not get 8 hours of sleep. Please teach me how to get 8 hours of sleep. I'm lucky if I get 5.
Personalized flat iron. You're just going like this, 98.6 degrees all night, every night. That's a third of your life that this hair, which is really similar to fabric, is just getting rubbed to death. No. So when we...
Okay, so I used to have silk pillowcases. I don't anymore. I primarily go to sleep with a bonnet. So either a bonnet or a silk pillowcase. Yeah, he's right. Do it. I prefer a bonnet over a silk pillowcase, but that's just me. I like bonnets. Do you like bonnets? Let me know down in the comments below.
Sleep, no matter what your hair is like, we're gonna gather it on top of our head, do a very loose top knot. Do not like slick it back tight, because that can create breakage.
Prior to the big chop, listen, I'm still getting used to this haircut, but prior to the big chop, I did used to tie my hair up. I'm sure I can still, yeah, I can tie it up now. I haven't tried it, because honestly, all I'm doing is putting my head down, putting my hair in the bonnet, putting my hair back, and then that's how we living right now. But prior to the big chop, I was tying my hair up and putting it in a bonnet.
Around your hairline, I like to use a silk scrunchie. If you're someone who has like a 3 or a 4, any family of texture of hair, you're probably going to be using like a silk wrap or potentially a silk bonnet to cover up your hair while you sleep.
The bonnet.
Gorgeous, but we just want to keep the ends away from our body heat. So taking care of your hair at night, that's going to bring the best out of your hair.
Shade lift limit.
Here's a really big one. Hair color does not really like to be lifted more than like 2 or 3 shades more than its natural color, especially up on your scalp. If you get really light highlights and they start way up here on your newborn baby hair, every time you go back to get your highlights redone, that hair is going to be more prone to breakage. It's going to be more prone to over processing. That's a really important thing, like trying to stay like 2 shades within like your natural color and figuring out the color that works for you, and kind of like...
So I can't really comment on this portion of the video because I do not dye my hair. I did dye my hair in the past. And listen, traumatization traumatization, because that bleach, it did fry my hair and it messed up my curl pattern. I was able to revert it because, you know, we be on our hair game. But ever since that little experience of me having chemical damage, I have not dyed in my hair. Right now I have a hair wax in here. It's from ORS Curls Unleashed Color Blast. Yeah, I already know I have a few videos on different colors from the ORS Curls Unleashed Color Blast products, and I love them. Listen, if you have curly or textured hair and you are scared of bleaching your hair, use hair wax.
Staying there. Just know that the more you try to change your natural hair color, because of the way the hair grows, it's just gonna change your texture.
I'm not typically into very feminine men, but Jonathan's cute. And also, I'm not into white men, but Jonathan's a little cutie. Jonathan could get it.
No matter what your hair texture, the textures are gonna be different. The highlighted hair is gonna hang one way, the non-highlighted hair is gonna hang another way. Like, this is like 5 years of hair. Like, this length, this has like probably been on my head since like Queer Eye started. You know, because your hair only grows like a quarter of an inch, like a half an inch a month. That's like this much of your thumb. Like, if I did an all over color on my hair right now, and then wanted to grow my virgin color back out, that would take me like 5 years. I would be 40. Hi.
See, that's why I didn't want to do a big chop, because for me to have long, beautiful hair, it's gonna take me a minute.
That's a lot of commitment. So if you have hair that like touches your shoulders or below, and you're really thinking about going way lighter or way darker, think about that.
Honestly though, I'm itching like a crackhead to do like a honey blonde color to my hair. So if I can discover a method that's bleachless dyeing, we in there, baby, because I look like a baddie. I ain't never been with a baddie. Tell me I don't look good with this blonde, with this honey,
Another myth that is so in the way of bringing out your hair's best texture is that you should have a certain length of hair because you're a certain age. There was this like old school of thought that like older women should have shorter hair, and then like younger girls should have like really long untouched hair. And really, sometimes shorter is easier. It's springier, like for a little girl. Like, you don't have to get all the tangles.
I will say that after doing the big chop, my hair is 1,000% more manageable. So I do agree. Shorter hair, more manageable, easy going. You out the door, 1, 2, 3, baby. Having longer hair, yeah, sometimes it's a lot harder to maintain. I will give him that. Yes, yeah. And this haircut on that girl is mad cute.
Fun to like experiment and play. And then just because you get older does not mean you have to chop all your hair off. As our hair tends to become more silver or gray as we age, it can get a little bit more thick.
Why is that? A lot of older women don't embrace longer hair. So my mom, this is my mom, right? My mom is like 65, right? She you know, she's still cute, she hip, she young, but she prefers shorter hair. I should ask her actually. But I'm always like, Ma, grow out your hair, grow out your hair, grow out your hair. Right now, she's in the process of growing out a little bit more, longer than normal. And it's because every day I'm in her ear like, Ma, grow out your hair, grow out your hair, grow out your hair. Your hair looks so good curly, just grow it out, just grow it out. But she literally always chop, chop, chop. She does not like long hair. And whenever I tell her to grow out her hair, she complains. She's like, I'm over it, I'm gonna chop it off. And I'm like, no, embrace it, embrace it.
Or more coarse. And if you cut off coarse hair short, it's gonna be puffy. But if you let it have a little bit more weight, oof, let it be a little bit longer, it's gonna like swing.
You see this picture, the first one, not the one that's on there right now, but the first picture of that gray color, I love that. That's actually why I damaged my hair with bleach, because I wanted to go like a grayish color. And baby, we had to go white to get to gray. And that was not a good time for my curls.
And like lay and like be nicer. So just because you get to a certain age does not mean that you have to cut your hair.
Embrace it, baby. Embrace
really
it.
Find your texture.
Yes.
Another way that we really have to bring out the best hair texture is by practicing
your hair
safe
from heat damage.
protection.
Yes.
If you are just like blow drying your hair with a blow dryer, if you're taking a flat iron to your hair or a curling iron to your hair, and you don't put heat protection,
no ma'am, not on these curls.
It is no go. It is not good. Your hair is very similar to fabric. So if you were to iron this shirt on a 400-degree iron every day, every single day, sometimes twice.
I don't think people realize how hot 400 degrees is. That is hotter than the devil's balls, baby. 400 degrees. That is hot. It's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. It's fucking hot.
Today, this would be like a destroyed mess in like a few months. And you don't get to put a whole new hair on your head, especially if it's long. So if you were to like only put heat protection on half your hair and not the other, after 6 months, you would see a dramatic difference. The money that you spend on a heat protection will save you money on haircuts because your haircuts will last longer, the shape will be nicer, and your hair will actually like do what you want it to for a longer period of time because your ends aren't going to be getting over processed.
I love the idea of using heat protectant, right? Because anything that's a barrier for your hair to make sure that it's not getting burned out here, love that idea, right? But realistically, there's but so much that heat protectant can do if you're the type of person that blows out your hair every day, flat irons your hair every day, especially if you have curly textured hair. That shit is gonna fuck up your hair pattern. We ain't gonna lie. We ain't gonna say that it's not, because it will if you are consistently doing it every day. It's going to, even if you're using heat protectant, it's gonna mess up your hair. It's gonna mess up your hair.
With our Instant Recovery Serum. It's in the little glass jar. Oh, it's right here.
Yes, product promo. Let's go, product promo.
When it's wet, you distribute it with a white tooth comb.
I can't wait to have my own line of hair care one day, because I am going to make sure y'all know every day, every second, whatever by Christian Ramos or by the TRUSTWORTHY, find it on my website.
Then you can blow dry it. If you don't blow dry it, you can just let it air dry. Then you can curl it with a curling iron or flat iron it or whatever you want, and you're still going to experience that.
Listen, even if you don't blow your hair or flat iron your hair, using heat protectant in the summer especially is still a good idea. There are a couple of brands like Bumble and Bumble. They make a UV heat protectant that is specifically for curly hair. Try it, because that sun is hot. There's times that we in 100-degree weather, 1,000-degree weather. You know I'm lying. It's not 1,000-degree weather. We would be in hell if it was 1,000 degrees. But there are days that is really, really hot and that sun is beaming. And yes, it is something that can burn your hair. It's burning your skin. Why wouldn't it burn your hair? Try using heat protectant in the summer, okay? My favorite one is from Bumble and Bumble. I'll link it down below in the description.
Great heat protection that's never greasy. It does not weigh your hair down. It's just literally amazing, if I do say so myself. Do not, I repeat, do not keep your extensions in for too long. Clip-in extensions were not, Joe, I'm sorry, but this is serious. They were not meant to be slept in. They're not meant to be slept in, okay? You cannot sleep in your clip-in extension. I mean, you can if you want to rip your hair out everywhere where it's attached to. It's too much heat, especially with the extensions between the...
Well, again, I can't relate, because I do not use clip-ins. I don't use extensions. I don't use wigs. So yeah, I'm guessing you should not.
Back of your head in the pillow, it gets warm back there. It's not good for your natural hair. Another thing that's awful for your natural hair, if you have like a full weave, if your entire scalp is braided down and you have a partial on there or an enclosement.
I'm sure it's also pulling on your hair. Correct me if I'm wrong. Again, I'm naive. I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to clip-ins and extensions. But I'm sure it's also tugging on your hair, right? So maybe it's not good to have it that long either. I don't know.
If you have any sort of weave situation and you keep that on for too long, that is not good. It is too much weight attached to our scalp. We're going to experience breakage. We're going to experience, like, protective styles are protective, but in like moderation. You can't like keep it in for too long.
Okay.
I feel like hairdressers are going to come for me for this, but I'm going to say it. Sometimes I feel like hairdressers are like, oh yeah, it totally lasts like 3 or 4 months, because they don't want to overwhelm the person getting the extensions. But really, in reality, because your hair grows like 1/4 to 1/2 inch a month, all that weight and pressure, like growing down 1/2 inch, is not good on your scalp. It's not healthy for it. So real.
Yeah, I'm sure it's pulling on your hair as it's growing, right? That's why you get that little growth. Well, listen, from my experience with braids, the longest I've ever kept braids in my hair is 3 weeks. And let's just say it was a journey. There are people that leave braids and weaves in for a longer time. A lot of my friends leave in weaves for more than a month, 2 months. But you have to remember, number one, it's an expensive process. Number two, for the people that are putting in weave and extensions, right? It's a protective style. So they're protecting their natural hair in a sense. But again, I can't talk about this one right here because I don't know. And I haven't done the research. I do not know. All I know is that when I braided my hair, the longest I've left it in is for 3 weeks. And for me personally, I overdid that. I normally leave it for a week or two, but leaving it for 3 weeks, baby, my scalp was itchy, bumpy. It was a hot mess. It was broke, busted, can't be trusted. So for those who leave weave and extensions for more time, maybe you're accustomed to that and your scalp can handle that. For me, I can't even imagine leaving it in for that long because, again, 3 weeks with braids, I was like, get this shit out! Get this shit out!
You should never be going more than like 3 or 4 weeks, in my opinion, because it's too much traveling hair, it's too much pressure on it. So just don't overstay your welcome with extensions or with clip-ins.
Okay.
I said it.
Well, if you have clip-ins, can you just clip them out, like, and then clip them back? I don't know. I would feel like clip-ins would be easier to put on and off than you having like a sew-in, right? But again, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? Let me know in the comments down below if you know.
And I believe it.
Yes, yes. Wait, before he says anything, I need to say this. Listen, on YouTube, there's a lot of people that teach you how to do things. But there are certain things that you should go to a professional stylist. And you know, for some, it's a journey, right? Finding a good, amazing stylist. Because as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, just because you know how to do hair does not know you know how to do hair. There are people out here that are in the business just to make money. And that's great. That's cute. But make sure that you are going to someone that is reputable, someone that you trust. Build a relationship with them. And you know that the advice they're giving you is genuine and it is not a money grab. And they really, really, really have your best interests at heart because listen, results speak for itself. Because you could be charging $1,000 a head to do a little blowout or color something, whatever, right? But if my hair is not looking popping and it's out here looking broke, busted, can't be trusted, or it is damaged because I've been going to you, babe, you're not a good stylist. I'm sorry. A stylist is very important. You can do your own trims, but go to a stylist. They use professional shears. You're not gonna be, I don't know. I ain't in people's pockets. But average people aren't buying professional shears that you need professionally to cut your hair and make sure that you're not damaging it. Even if you don't go all the time to one, just go. Especially with color. For me, color, if you are doing anything that is a chemical, go to a professional and do it. That's just me. That was my little rant. I'm sorry. Don't come for me in the comments. But for things that are like, for chemicals, like anything that has to do with bleach, perm, listen. Don't play with chemicals. Please don't play with chemicals. Go to a professional.
To bring out the best in your natural hair texture, no matter who you are, is develop a good relationship with a hairstylist that you trust. If you are throwing box color on your...
I also want to say that I'm speaking from a place of privilege because my mother is a professional hairstylist. My sister's best friend is a professional hairstylist. And I've been around people that know what the hell they're doing, right? So I've had the luxury of not having to pay for a service. So whenever I need my ends chopped, or let's say in the past when I was experimenting with colors and bleach and shit like that, I went to a professional because I did not have to pay for that service. So I am speaking from a place of privilege. And for most, you know, like, there are services that are really expensive, and certain stylists are super expensive. If you can't afford it and you feel like you need to do it yourself, I can't tell you not to do it. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I cannot tell you not to do it. I would prefer you go to a professional for those services, but I know that everybody's pocket is not the same, and sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. I get it, baby. Trust me, I get it. But if you can save a little bit from here, there, go to a professional. But again, I'm speaking from a place of privilege that I've never, ever had to pay for any type of service. Never. Unless I go to the barber, because I do go to a barber to get my little tape up, my little shape up, you know? That I do pay for, because I don't got the hookup with that. But in terms of professional services, speaking from a place of privilege, babe. Speaking from a place of privilege.
Then going to a hairstylist and wondering why the highlights didn't look right, so then you fire that color, so you go to the other colors because that one was too expensive and they didn't get your hair right, so you go to this other one. It's too many cooks in the kitchen. You have to find a hairstylist who you like, look at their Instagram, do some research, make sure that with the hair that they do.
Don't be believing the Instagrams, because there are a lot of stylists out here that will put a great filter. They will show you the right after, but they won't show you the effects of the damage that they did to your hair. You know, people are gonna make their work look fire on Instagram. Remember, Instagram is not everything that you see is real, okay? So take that with a grain of salt. Take that with a grain of salt, okay? Don't always trust Instagram.
Is like the hair that you want. Have a consultation, talk about what you're looking for, talk about how much maintenance you want to have, talk about how much money you want to spend, talk about how often you want to see their face. Because if you do something that's too high maintenance, it might be too expensive. You're going to see them all the time. You don't have time for that. You're busy. I don't know your life, and neither does a hairdresser. So you got to tell them. Develop a good relationship with the hairstylist you trust, and they will help your hair be the best it could ever be. And try to not play kitchen beautician. And I get it. When we see these hair color commercials,
kitchen beautician,
they're like half submerged in a lake with this gorgeous blow dry. I want to go to the store and get some box color too, but don't do it. It takes.
Yeah, even the girls on the boxes of the color dye that you see in Walgreens and Rite Aid and all this, their hair was done by a professional. It surely was for that photo shoot and in those commercials.
So long to grow out. And if by some miracle it looks good when you very first do it, you will be dealing with that change for years. For years. When you have roots, you don't just go get that box color and put it all over your hair and think it turns the same. Why? Because dye load.
Listen, let me tell you, one time I was super thirsty. And I did not want to travel to either my mom or to my sister's best friend. And I bought a box dye. I wanted pink hair. My hair was transitioning from the gray into a white. And I'm like, I want to add color back into my hair. So yes, your boy did buy a box color. And that shit turned out purple. So we will never be doing a service like that on ourselves. We will be going to a professional.
You can't overlap it. You gotta like only get it on your roots. There's a whole thing. Medium brown's gonna be black in like 5 applications if you just put it all over your hair willy-nilly. There's levels to this shit. Literally, there's like a level 1, a level 2, a level 3, a level 4. There's levels to it.
There is. There really is, though.
We don't go get yelled at in hair school because we wanted to. Were we obsessed with those 7 ways to bring out that? Yay! Why are you guys sitting down? Standing ovation. Oh, keep going. Where's my phone? I want to get you guys clapping to insert it in the shot. I'll do it horizontally. Yes. Woo!
Okay, so I think that's pretty much the meat and potatoes of the video. I do agree with a lot of the things that Jonathan said. There were some things that I found it a little questionable, and then there was things that I can't even talk on because I can't relate. I felt like it was very generic. Well, generic sounds like a bad word, but it's not. No, that's not the word I was looking for. I felt like it was very general, right? Like it was for general hair health, which is great because I literally was expecting him to be like, oh, if you have curly hair, this is what you need to do. If you have type 4 hair, this is what you need to do. When he clearly doesn't have, in my opinion, he doesn't have curly or, well, listen, not in my opinion, because he definitely doesn't have type 4 hair. But when people don't have a specific hair type, I'm like, why are you even giving advice, babe? You don't know what it's like to have it. And if you don't know what it's like to have it, it's not a lived experience. You can't be giving advice. So that's what I was expecting, honestly, in this video. And I'm glad that it was more of a general hair health. Also, Jonathan is super cute. He has great hair. He has an amazing personality. Love, chef's kiss. And overall, it was a really good video. He gave really good advice. So that being said, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, follow me on Instagram at thecurlpapi. And until next time, guys. Oh, wait, until next time. If you wanted me to do more videos like this, reacting to or doing like commentary, let me know, because this was the first time and it was pretty cool and easy to do. I didn't have to freaking be in the shower, washing my hair, doing a product review, waiting 5 to 7 business days for my hair to dry. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Let me know what you think. Until next time, guys. Bye.